Hi and welcome. My name is Daniela Spehar and I'm a sales representative and wealth advisor of Starion Realty. This is Samuel, our broker of record for Starion Realty, and Matt Young, our VP of development for Capital Developments. We're here to talk about Azura Condos. What was the big vision that you had behind Azura Condos?
Well, the big thing for us was trying to create a whole package project. So, starting with location, we always really focus on transit-oriented locations, something that's accessible and in neighborhoods that we think there's a lot of opportunity for growth. So, Yonge and Finch is a fantastic neighborhood. It's vibrant, it's exciting, it's close to great schools, it's close to great parks, and it's also a 4-minute walk to the subway. So it's a fantastic location. And then the next thing was, how do you design a building that is extremely efficient, extremely functional, the best layouts possible, but also make it look beautiful? So that was kind of the big challenge with this, is how do you deliver a great product, but also make the building look beautiful and really stand out from the rest of the product in that area. So we think we've tried to achieve that, or we think we have achieved that, and we're very excited about it.
Perfect. What excites you most about Azura, and how is it that you came up with the name?
So I think for me, the most exciting thing about the project are the layouts. We have the most efficient layouts I've ever done. When we designed the building, we looked at all of our past projects, what units sold the best in each different product category, and we tried to design those specifically into this building. So most of the units are very efficient. They all have bedrooms on windows. And the sizes of units are the best for renting, which for an investor, if you're buying a unit, is the most important thing. And then in terms of the name, it sort of came from this idea, like the name Azure is a color of blue, and this idea of sky blue. And when we designed the building, we designed it so the bulk of the units face south. So 74% of the units have a south view, kind of exposure to the sky, and it was kind of a fitting name for it. And then we've kind of tied bits of blue into all the different amenity spaces and our marketing and everything else that kind of add to the whole branding
for that appeal.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you also have a lot of other developments on the go, 150 Redpath, Westbrook, Art and Shop. So how is it that you've been able to build up such a great portfolio?
I mean, we've been active acquiring land, and we've really tried to focus on great locations. So when opportunities to buy land in great locations come up, we usually jump on it really quickly. We started building a portfolio in the Yonge and Eglinton area. And with that, we bought our first site, and then we continued to invest in the area because we really believed in it. So, we've now done the same, at Bloor and Dufferin, where we have a master plan project where we're going to have 6 or 7 phases of condos coming out. We've got this project here in North York. We've got a project in Yorkville as well that'll be coming out later this year. So, we've tried to grow quickly. We've tried to focus on good locations, and we've been lucky enough to be able to buy the land to do it.
Yeah. And you also have the vision for real estate all across the GTA. So how is that important, as well as linking that to Azura Condo?
I mean, our vision is really to build really fantastic projects. So every time I do a new project, I want it to be a little bit better than the last. We always learn something new, and we always want to focus on great locations that we think buyers are going to really be appealed with. So, right now we've got a pipeline of great projects around the city. We started in one node, and now we're sort of spreading our wings a little bit across the city. So from projects downtown, projects uptown, projects on the west side. We're working on other projects that nobody knows about yet, that we're very excited about, that are all across the city. I think there's a lot of opportunity today in the city.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that pricing has gotten more expensive over the past few years, so we're starting to look at different locations where we can still deliver product at prices that people can afford, but they're also great projects and great neighborhoods to live in, and you're starting to see that happen around the city. There isn't just one neighborhood you can live in anymore. There's so many amazing neighborhoods to live in. So, for us, we just want to try and participate in a lot of that around the city. Yeah.
Just to kind of add to that, so one of the greatest things that we've worked with Capital Developments and at least a few of your projects so far, one of the greatest things about Capital Developments is they understand the neighborhood, they understand what the market is looking for, and you see that with Azura, because what a lot of people are now looking for is they want to be close to transit. They don't want to drive to work, not necessarily. And they want to have the ability to see their investment grow over time. So obviously, anything close to transit, close to prime amenities, as well as infrastructure, will obviously help that happen over time. And we're more so impressed with the fact that they pay attention to, like you rightly said, what they've done before and what they could do better with every project.
Always improving.
that definitely is a plus for end users or investors alike.
So going off of that, you also take into account location, the infrastructure, surrounding infrastructure, as well as all the amenities. That definitely ties in with Azura Condos. And what does that mean for the purchaser? How does that appeal to the purchaser?
Well, I mean, starting with location, I think if you have a great location, that's one way to preserve value in any project, because there just aren't that many great locations in the city. And the primary thing for us is focusing on transit. So if you look at every project we've done in our careers, they've always been locations that are on transit or very, very close to transit. So this project, again, it's a 4-minute walk directly into the subway at Yonge and Finch. I don't think it gets any better than that. So that's kind of been the main priority in terms of what we've focused on and tried to look at. And if people are buying in those locations, those projects tend to always go up in value more than projects that don't have some of those amenities. In terms of the product amenities, we really try and deliver things that are going to be usable and functional, also very luxurious, and something that, if a friend comes over, they're going to be very impressed by. That's one way to help add value and, help projects appreciate more. So in this building, one of the things we did was put all the amenities on the ground floor, and where we have double height ceilings on the ground floor. So when you walk into the lobby, you're kind of presented with this huge double height lobby that feels very grand and luxurious. And then as you walk down the hallway and you start passing the gym and the party room and the kids room, all of these amenities are double height. So there's a sense of volume and space that is different than other projects will have. And I think people are going to be excited also about the level of finish and the quality of the amenities. Like we've got golf simulators and pet spas and kids play rooms and all sorts of things that will appeal to a lot of different buyers.
To that, in relation to obviously a lot of investors even watching right now, as well as end users, all of these things put together in Toronto right now actually is an addition to your bottom line. With the infrastructure being obviously AAA and the incentives which are going to be coming out shortly, and we're going to have that information for you, you definitely will see this, your unit, whatever you purchase, appreciate over time. Investors, this is definitely the project for you. Location is everything. So personally, I'm actually excited because we're thinking of purchasing one ourselves. So it'll be a good field to, as we know, end users, whether you're a young professional or family coming to purchase into this project, you will see that you have functional spaces that will help you grow your family as well as grow in the space before you decide to move out into something else. So personally, I think the biggest thing about Azura is not just the connectivity and the fact that you're close to a subway or the fact that you are close to restaurants or all these other great infrastructures. I think the biggest thing is that you're able to see your investment grow over time.
Whenever we're thinking of iconic projects like Azura, there's always a mix of investors and end users that are looking to purchase. What is it that they gain by purchasing a unit at Azura?
Well, first of all, I'd say the product mix we have appeals to both investors and end users. So there's something for everybody in this building.
Okay.
I think both investors and end users want to see their unit appreciate in value, and they want to be in a building that's going to kind of be conducive to that. So even if you're planning to live there, you still want your investment to do well. And if you're just an investor, you of course want your investment to do well. So by designing units that are really, really efficient and no wasted space, bedrooms on windows, even the sizes of the units that we picked, we didn't just spread the sizes, kind of across the board. Our 1-bedrooms are in the, low to high 400 square foot range, because we found that those units rented for the most per square foot.
Okay.
And they're still very livable, so it's not as if there's any wasted space. If you're an end user, you could still live very comfortably in that unit. And then instead of doing units in the 500, 550 to 575 square foot range, we skipped right up to 620 square feet, because we found that those units, we could add a second bathroom, we could add a larger den, and they would be very livable for example, a young family who might have a baby. So those we call 1+ flex units. We have 3 of those on our typical floor. So we really curated the building around the best units that rent for the most amount of money and the ones that are most in demand. And all of these units this is not just from one project, but all of our past projects, we've had some of these units and they were always the first ones to sell. So, whether you're an investor or an end user, I think that's going to appeal to you.
So that leads into my next question as far as the floor plans and the design. So you mentioned that it was the 1-bedroom and flex. as far as the other floor plans and designs, how does that appeal to the purchaser as well?
So we also have a lot of 2 bedrooms and 3 bedroom units, and also of different sizes. So we've got smaller 2 bedrooms that are in the low 700 square foot range. We've got 2 bedrooms that work their way up into the low 800 square foot range. And all of these units are still very efficient, lots of natural sunlight, lots of closet space, lots of functionality built into the units. And even our 3 bedroom is an example. I mean, I've noticed a lot of 3 bedrooms in projects are not always the best layouts. They're not always the most efficient. There's often buried bedrooms that don't have a lot of sunlight. Our 3 bedrooms unique in that every single bedroom is on a balcony. Every single bedroom has windows, and it's extremely efficient. You pretty much walk straight into the unit and you're in the kind of living room kitchen area. And that's really hard to achieve, but because of the way we design the building, we are able to do that. So, you know, whether you're buying a 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom or 1 bedroom, there's going to be lots of product that's really, really appealing.
You know, when we put out a project like this, we put out the investment analysis. We'll definitely be able to show you how there will be capital appreciation over time. There will be appreciation in the value of the unit over time. There will also be mortgage pay down, because whenever we do an analysis, we're looking out for those 3 things, which is mortgage pay down, capital appreciation, as well as the appreciation of the value of the unit over time. If you look at Toronto and the GTA right now, there are probably a handful of projects that you can actually say gives you all of that, as well as cash flow. This project potentially will actually give you that, considering the price per square foot we're coming in at. So we've sold at Yonge and Finch, we've sold at Yonge and Eglinton. Those pockets next to Transit are actually going up in value, and price point is changing rapidly. We're seeing projects even at the 1,100 price per square foot range. Some actually coming in at almost going into the 1,200 range. We have one at Yonge and Finch right now. So to have a project like this that is in a prime location, still selling under 1,000 price per square foot for pretty good units, you definitely know that you will see that value in your purchase, and you will also see some form of cash flow when we put out the investment analysis.
And also with the incentives that are being offered on the project for purchasers, it adds to their bottom line. So how is that important with mixing these incentives into a project like Azura?
I mean, when we launch a project, we always want to make sure there's great incentives that you know, support our goals of trying to sell, and also support, you know, agents' goals who have represented us in their efforts to sell. So, you know, one thing, you know, we're looking at on this project is really extended deposit structures, because, you know, it's harder for people to put all that money down up front. So we're trying to extend those out and make it appealing to more buyers. You know, there's also, you know, things like the ability to assign units, you know, which we're making available to the buyers. And then we're also adding in a few other incentives that we're going to release in the next week that are going to be very, very exciting for people. And we think it's going to be a great overall package when people look at buying in this project and they compare it to other projects in the market. We're really trying to be the best value project in the city. So from the location, to the amenity design, to the efficiency of the units, to the fact that 74% of the units have south views, the fact that we're literally building a park next door, so we're right on a park. These are all things that are really appealing, and very few projects can say they have all of those things. So we're trying to tick as many boxes as we can.
Perfect.
Just to also jump on a very important topic for investors, the one thing that we obviously want to think about are rental values, right? So where's renting and what is hot in terms of rental locations? Anything close to the subway is obviously prime in terms of rent. Your unit here at Azura is definitely going to command that prime rent, because you're next to the subway, you are next to key amenities like we've mentioned, but most importantly, you have a community here, right? So with the feel of the project, with the fact that, like Matt rightly said, you have, once you get into the building, you have this feel of luxury, you have all these amenities that are mixed into the building that makes it look and feel like where you really want to live, even though you're an investor. That plays a very important role in when you put this in the market for rent. Who will be renting the unit, the caliber of people that will be renting here will definitely be more than other locations, if you ask me. And I think the most important thing is the fact that whatever you buy at today, there will be a market for you to sell at in the future, right? And that's been probably one of the greatest concerns from a lot of investors that I've spoken to me is if I'm buying a 1,200, 1,300 price per square foot, who am I going to sell it to, right? So essentially buying anything below 1,000 in the GTA in Toronto next to transit means that you will be able to sell that unit come, a year or 2 years after you close, or, if you decide to assign, which there will be an opportunity for you to do that. So what we're saying to you today is take advantage of the opportunity. Toronto is not getting any cheaper. We're not going back to $850. It won't happen. And anything next to transit is definitely not going to be $850 ever, $950 even.
Perfect. And as far as relationships, it definitely matters having relationships with agents and with clients. So how is it that purchasers are able to secure their unit at Azura?
I mean, for us, we've worked with a handful of agents over the past 5-6 years since we've been selling projects in Toronto, who have really supported us, who have really helped make those projects very successful. Sam is one of those agents who's been a big advocate of ours. And when we launch new projects, we reward those agents by bringing them in first, so they have their first chance to sell. So Sam's going to be a part of that team, and we're very excited to have you guys. So if anyone wants to learn more, they should be talking to you guys, getting information, because you're going to be the first to know. And as soon as we're ready to start signing, you'll be able to let your clients know.
Sounds good, sir. I was just going to add to that. So take advantage of this opportunity. Reach out to us. The registry is in the links below. Call Daniela, call myself. We're definitely going to be here to get you the units that you're looking for. Our relationship with Capital Development helps us do that. We had an amazing time selling E2 Condos, which is another really great project by Capital Developments. Art Shop, if you're looking at track record, 150 Red Path currently being completed. I believe occupancy is going to be starting very soon.
Yep.
So you definitely have a developer here that is not brand new to the GTA. They've been around for quite a while. They've had a lot of success, and they've had a lot of great partnerships as well. Your connections with the city as well as with other developers in the city speaks volume. So essentially, you are in right hands. You're in right hands when it comes to the sales team on this project. You're in right hands when it comes to the developer. These guys are going to complete the project. I know that.
Absolutely.
And the concern also has been everything is kind of up in the air nowadays.
Yeah.
You don't know if a developer is actually going to go to market and complete the project. They're going to go to market. They will complete the project. I have the VP of Developments here. If he's not going to complete the project, I know his office. I know where he works.
Well, I'll say one thing is that there is a lot of uncertainty in the market today, and you've seen some projects cancel, and that's not a great thing to hear in the industry. So when we sell this project, we're already zoned. So people know that this project is moving forward. We've already gotten our approvals. We're already moving forward with things. We've already started our working drawings. We're gearing up to start construction already. So we're committed to the project. We're definitely moving forward with the project. And like all of our projects, we've sold them. We start construction quickly. We build them quickly and efficiently, and we turn over really, really great product as well. So
it's amazing. It's amazing. So you've heard it from the man. We're definitely happy to be on this project. We look forward to serving your needs, whether you're an investor or an end user. Reach out to us. The number, obviously, take advantage of that. Call us, register on our website, azuracondos.com, and we will be putting out more information in relation to our private events, which will be coming up pretty soon. So take advantage of this opportunity, and I really believe in the fact that opportunities of a lifetime, or you have to seize them within the lifetime of the opportunity. So take advantage of everything that we've shared today. I just want to say thank you to Capital Developments and Matt for actually being here today and joining us with this session. And Daniela, I just want to say thank you as well. Definitely been a great session talking about the project, and we look forward to making it happen.
we do as well. Thank you so much.
Sounds good.